information speaking, the next assignment. Your informative speeches should feel familiar to you because if you think about the essays you have done in the past, the expository essays, those were informational. Your in the news speech was informational as well, but it was limited to one article or one thought process. Now, in informative, you have a broader view of choice. Chapter 15 in our virtual text is an excellent text on guiding you through the different possibilities and familiarizing yourself with what you already do know. Toward the end of the chapter, I think there's 15 questions in that chapter. No, 15 pages. I don't mean questions. I mean pages. They give you some choices of informative topics, and they will look a lot like the essays you've written in the past. If you have an essay from the past and you want to transfer it from written communication to oral communication, please do, but do not read it. Break it down into an outline or notes and use your visual to your advantage. Use your facial expressions, your body language, and maybe there's a visual aid that you want to bring in, a physical object, right? If you're going to do a presentation on one of your animals, your pets, maybe your pet joins you. Or if you're going to go into the kitchen and do a recipe and show us how the process of making something, then that'll be your visual will be great. You can do your informative speech just like chapter 15 says, as a straight lecture, which the in the news speeches are straight lectures, or straight lecture with visual aids like your animals or visual props, artifacts, or a process. Show us how something goes from the beginning to the end. Maybe take your camera out and bring us into your yard and show us how to change a flat tire or plant a tree or to go into the kitchen and make something. Anytime you do a process, though, success is in the details. You have to be very organized so that prior to filming, prior to having your camera there, you have it all laid out so that we are being taken along for the process in an organized fashion so we can understand. So informative presentations are teaching speeches, and you can teach straight lecture with visual aids, or to do a process. But have fun. Because you are home now, you have many more visuals to your availability than you would if you were in the classroom. So use that advantage. Read chapter 15. Read the little handout. The handout is a summary of what you've read in the chapter, but read it so that it's in your mind, like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Same organizational structure as the in the news. Introduction, body, conclusion. So it's always going to be the same. It's the building blocks, right? A beginning, middle, and end. And at the very end of it, just say thank you. You can say thank you, any questions, but you know what? As long as you say thank you, to me, it's like sticking the landing. You watch the Olympics and you watch the gymnasts and they have to do the entire routine. And if they don't stick the landing, people are just waiting. Well, that's how I feel when I'm listening to presentations. Until the student says, thank you, I'm still thinking, are you saying anything else? And just to give you the whole breath for the whole entity of your report. I'm really looking forward to see what you're going to select. Please, as in the news, pick topics you have a sincere, genuine is what I want to say, a genuine interest in, something that you care about. If you care about the words you're encoding, it will show in the vocal and in your visual. So you don't have to worry about your vocal and visual if you're being very sincere. Your own personality will guide it. Your own energy level will guide it. You do it on your own terms. This is a discovery class for practice for you. You're not trying to be someone else. You're trying to discover your own skills and see where you're going to need your own assistance. Maybe you found out in the news you need different types of notes. Some of you might have used index cards, or maybe you wrote it all out in manuscript, and maybe one way or another wasn't good, or it was good, and you can continue that. So everyone's going to have a different experience. It's all practice, but we are here to listen, and I can't wait to see what you're going to come up with for your informative presentation. Thank you, everyone. Read chapter 15, look at the handout, take it all in, take in what you can and leave the rest, and enjoy the week.